Did you enjoy Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix? Well, now there is a new mashup of anime styles that is available on the streaming platform. It's called Sturgill Simpson Sound and Fury. Is it any good? Sturgill Simpson presents Sound and Fury. Basically what this is a 40-minute long music video for an album. And it's kind of weird, really. Now, I am not familiar with Sturgill Simpson's work at all. I mean, the music in this is kind of a rock. I mean, it has maybe a little bit of a country influence to there, or maybe a rockabilly. But then there's also just, I don't know, just some good old rock to it. And I enjoyed the music, never having heard it before, never even heard of him before. And if you are a huge fan, don't hate me in the comments. I didn't know about him. I enjoyed this album though. But what it is there are a bunch of songs and they tell a story kind of through different types of animation to go along with each track of the album. And there's no dialogue other than the lyrics of the songs, but what you're hearing doesn't necessarily go along with what you're seeing, at least for the most part. The story opens up in some computer animation, and it's a post-apocalyptic world. And you see a car driving that reminds you of kind of like a Mad Max Fury Road type of thing. And then as the songs transition, it goes into this feudalistic Asian, like maybe Japanese, I don't know, the samurai type of just weirdness though. That it's not just in the samurai times because there's modern era to it. And that's where some of the anime kicks in. And this is like your traditional animation for the next song. And then it goes to more computer animation and then hand-drawn, and then it just goes all over the place. I think that's one of the best things about this short series on Netflix is that you get to enjoy a whole bunch of different types of animation styles. Now it's one episode, I guess you can call it. It's one thing, so you can't just skip along to different tracks in the song. If you have a favorite track and I just want to listen to this one and watch that one, you're gonna have to search for it. Now the first several tracks are easy to track with because it's kind of telling a narrative. I mean, it's a little bit of a revenge story going on, and the animation styles are really cool because it goes from computer animation and CGI to just hand-drawn anime style and back and forth, and then just some psychedelic looking things. But really at track 4 or 5, things get really bizarre. I mean, the whole tone of the album shifts, the song changes, and while the story, all the elements that have led up to this point are present, you just go, wait, what the crap am I watching now? What in the world is this? And then that song ends and it transitions into a new track of the album, and then the animation style completely changes. And so it's just weird. You go even into a little bit of live action, and the whole thing is worth watching, I think, if you're a music fan, or you're an anime fan or an animation fan. If you're not any of those and you're just like some casual watcher of Netflix, or you're just looking for something to binge, this is not going to be something that you want. And the dog apparently wants to join in on this. You see his paw sitting there. I don't know, he doesn't like me talking to the camera too much. Anyway, though, yes, okay. It's definitely worth a watch. It is weird. It is not a cohesive story all the way through from start to finish. I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more had it been, because while I didn't know what the album was about or even what the songs were about, I felt like I would have at least just, I was watching some really cool animation style that's telling me a story and I have this cool soundtrack to go with it. But as it is, it's a little eclectic, it's a little all over the place. And you know what? If you're into that, if you're into some music, especially if you're a Sturgill Simpson fan, then I don't see why you wouldn't want to check this out. There's no sex, but there is nudity. I don't think there's any profanity other than maybe in the lyrics, but I couldn't understand all of the lyrics of the song, so I don't know there. But there is a whole lot of violence as well. I give Sturgill Simpson Presents Sound and Fury 3.5 out of 5 couches. What's something good and fun that you're watching on Netflix right now? Let me know in the comments below. My list is huge, and I'm just trying to get through things as fast as I can. But let me know. I'm always looking to add more to it. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris, this is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for catching with me.